I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Let's talk about Hunter Biden. Greg Gutfeld. I like his show, by the way, the late night show. It's good to have late night conservative comedy. And Joseph Biden, the alleged president of the United States, because Greg Gutfeld has a bit of a theory, and we're going to get to that theory behind what he believes is going to happen. Very quickly, make sure you hit that subscribe button, slap that like button, and of course, we know the Hunter Biden laptop story was always a story. We knew that. If you were a high information voter, you knew that. I do have a theory that leftists, progressives, they wouldn't have cared. They'd have still voted for Joe Biden. I do believe that. However, maybe it would have influenced somebody that was riding the fence. Although, I don't see how in the world anybody could have rode the fence and picked Joe Biden. I don't know how that works, but okay. Maybe the people that are so offended by Trump. I still don't understand the whole, I'd rather have a businessman. I would, as president. I just don't care about the feeling stuff. I don't. I don't think that's a thing. I don't take it into account. I'm not going to take it into account. I want somebody that can run the country and make decisions and not cower down to somebody like Putin. Plain and simple, okay? That's what I'm looking for. Let's get to this because Greg Gutfeld has an interesting theory, and I thought it was worth covering on here. Greg Gutfeld theorizes that Biden will pardon his son and just not run again. Joe will leave. Interesting. Fox News' Greg Gutfeld theorizes that President Joe Biden will pardon his son, Hunter Biden, and then walk away from the White House after a single term. I've got a theory that he's not running again regardless. I just don't know how. I mean, I really don't. I don't believe that the cognitive affairs are at full staff there in the mind of the current supposed president. A Washington Post report last week documented that Hunter Biden's business dealings abroad, and there is mounting speculation about the possibility of the president's son being indicted on tax charges. Days after the Post reported details of Hunter Biden's affair, the paper's editorial board explained why the reporting on the story was not done sooner. A federal investigation adds new details and confirms old ones about the ways in which Joe Biden's family has profited from trading overseas on his name, something for which the president deserves criticism, tactically condoning. What it does not do, despite some conservatives' insistence otherwise, is prove that President Biden acted corruptly. Okay, you just keep on believing that. The board concluded its reporters and others were doing their duty to verify Hunter Biden's laptop and its contents. The board also called for a, quote, reckoning in the media after the story fell through the cracks. The New York Post, as we all know, first reported on the laptop October of 2020, and the mainstream media promptly went zero dark 30. We didn't hear shit from any of them. Why? Because they knew the election was coming up. On the 5, Dana Perino explained that the Justice Department might go after the president's son, who is accused of raking in millions that were not immediately reported. She said the department would likely not be influenced by the White House. She argued the department might, quote, slow walk the investigation. I could see that. Gutfeld accused the Washington Post of intentionally avoiding reporting on the Hunter Biden story. Of course they did. He then disagreed with Perino on the DOJ's potential slow-walking investigation into the member of the first family. He explained he feels the DOJ might fast-track this one in order to help Democrats get rid of Biden. Quote, I think Joe is not going to be there in 2024, right? Question mark. Gutfeld said, and then they're going to tell him that he's got to go back home. But the trade-off is he gets to pardon Hunter. The DOJ is going to fast walk so they can pardon him and Joe will leave. he concluded. Now, of course, the Democrats' main issue right now, and we know this, is they've got no candidates. They've got absolutely no candidates for 2024. I don't consider Joe Biden to be a candidate. I cannot imagine how they could prop up what's left of his walking, talking corpse up there to try to go yet another 4 years. I just don't see how that's happening. And provided there is a good and true investigation on this Hunter Biden thing, this is going to get very, very ugly. And I would be shocked if somehow Joe Biden is not pulled fully into this whole thing. Okay, I think we would all be shocked by that if that's not a deal by the end of this whole deal. I don't know that he's going to be in a position to be able to run. Now, the problem is, do I have full faith in legal systems at this point? Come on. No way. I just don't. It feels like there's too much corruption at all kinds of levels. Mainstream media being one of them in this story coming out prior to the election. I mean, my God. Everybody went silent. Crickets chirping on this story prior to the election. Why? Because they were afraid some votes might flip from Joe over to Trump. Again, maybe people sitting on the fence, but I think Democrats hated Trump so much, I don't think this story matters to a lot of them. I really don't. It matters to us, but we were never going to vote for Joe Biden to begin with. Right. Okay. So, tell me what you think, Black and White Network fans. What do you think? Is Joe going to pardon Hunter and then ride off in the proverbial dementia-oriented sunset? Who knows? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.